I said the darker shade man. It's not melanin. Darker shaded man. The others are more pale. That is why you call them white. They are more lighter in appearance. The Europeans first colonized Africa before they colonized America. I repeat, the Europeans first colonized Africa before they colonized the Americans, or what you call the other lands. These include the Arabs, the Asians, and the indigenous Indians. Let me start again. The European man colonized Africa first. Then the other worlds. This is why they claim that the first people were in Africa. Not in Africa as in the original man. Because remember, man is man-made. Man is man-made. So, the reason they say that the origin of man is in Africa, they are not talking of man as flesh. They are talking of man as a mentality. This is why your grandfather was fighting in the King African Rifles. That was already a force, an army made in Africa that the whites, the Europeans, used to colonize. Otherwise, your grandfather was fighting who? If your grandfather was in King African Rifles, your grandfather was in King African Rifles under an European, who was your grandfather fighting? Your grandfather was used to conquer other lands. So the taking over of lands is not hundreds of years ago, it's just 300 years ago. You are here, you are watching me on your phone, a smartphone, whatever type of phone you have, over a Wi-Fi. Something, wewe mwenyewe, if you are a millennial, yote ime happen under your watch. From the phone booth ya coin, ulikuwa unaenda kwa chief, to the first Nokia 3310, Sagem, watu wa Sagem, watu wa Motorola T160, kale kakufungua, watu wa Kensel, the first mobile phones to come to Kenya, mumeziona, and you are not yet dead, and you are not even yet 46 years old. Hizo zote zime happen the time you are born. So in a span, shout out for the gifts, in a span of 50 years, you have moved from no phones. Wewe peke yako, ulikuwa unaenda kupigia babako, unaweka coins, unaweka mashilingi na masumuni, unazungusha pale kwa simu, kwa chief, unakata zikienda kuanguka, unashikilia, unafinya star, ati ni corruption, unafinya star, inaingia tururu, hello, yes, naomba unipatie extension 2140. Hold on a minute, operator. Ukingoja unasikia macoin kacha zinaanguka. Unatoa mashilingi zingine kwa mfuko. Unaongeza hapo juu. Someone is laughing all the way to the bank for you to use their phone lines. Shout out to Telcom. So, hiyo yote may happen in a span of 50 years. In a span of 50 years. In a span of 50 years. So, nikikuambia you have only been conquered for 300 years. Believe me, and don't believe your history books. My first car was in... We've been together with Monjiro for 17 years. So my first car was 17 years ago. It was a Toyota Geia, KBJ, Toyota Geia. Since Toyota Geia, I've had 7 cars. This is the car nimekaa nayo the longest. I love my Toyota East. I love my pussy wagon. I call it my pussy wagon. I've had a Toyota Geia. I've had a Toyota NZD. I've had a Toyota Sister. At one time I had a Land Rover. At one time I had a Mercedes. It was Scarlet Nympho. And from there, I stayed with a KAV longest, which was like almost 2 years. Sold it. And then bought a Honda CRV, which I didn't even stay with it for like 3 months. Then I bought this car. So I have 2 cars. I have this car and I have a Honda CRV, which my sister uses. Mwenye amenifuata. Though it was like a barter trade with land, but I'm not using the land. Okay, my land is in Nevasha. Now, why am I telling you this? During that time, Muraniambia na hang. There's nothing I can do. Is the internet. I haven't paid for my Wi-Fi. Okay, I haven't paid for my Wi-Fi. If you want, you can pay for my Wi-Fi. I don't have the money for Wi-Fi now. I'm not supposed to say I don't have the money, but if the funds are not there, they are not there. Mukitaka mujitolea mununue Wi-Fi munaeza. Otherwise, don't tell me I'm hanging. I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. Right now, niko kwa data ya Airtel, and it's raining, so I can't explain that. If in a hang, if kama hatusikizani, we can end the live. If it's hanging that bad, we can end the live. So you tell me, should I stop speaking? We turn our energy in a hang, tuachane nayo, or which is which now? Iko sawa? Shout out to Big Aquarius in the house, Undiata. Now, so, the reason I'm giving you the story of gari ni kwa sababu I want to talk about the Somalis. Ruriri rwa Gikuyu ni kuhuka rurahuka. Jokere rigi. Ruriri rwa Gikuyu ni kuhuka rurahuka. Whenever a culture, remember a culture is cultivated from a cult. Whenever a culture refuses to evolve or it becomes stagnated, ogitiga mai hadu maikare kahida kanene muno, especially for the women, you're washing clothes. When you leave that water to soak, that water starts to smell. That water starts to smell. I have spirits in the car. The water starts to smell. I have some spirits that are not supposed to be in my car right now. So the water starts to smell. Nataka kuwasha Palo Santo, lakini nitaiashia kando juu ya TikTok, because if they see this smoking, they are going to ban my live. Watasema I'm engaging in illegal activities, so I'm gonna smoke it on the side. So whenever I know you don't know how to spot spirits. I know your senses are not that good at this particular moment. This is my life. I don't want any spirits here lingering around me when I'm doing my life. These are your ancestor spirits, kwa sababu nimeanza kuingilia culture sasa. These are the spirits that don't want to evolve. Okay? Tutajua tu saa hizi. Wanataka kunichoma sasa. Even trying to burn me with the flame. I have a lot of Mercury in Aries. When it comes to fire, I'm a master of the fire. Shout out to Lion, Moon in Leo. You have to know how to do what you call studying the smoke. Nikiwaonyesha hii, nini watafunga live yangu. So let me put it on the side here. before afunge my live. They may actually close the live because of the smoke. This is incense. TikTok, I'm banning incense. Andikeni hapo incense kwa TikTok before we get banned. Andika TikTok incense. Venye tunachezanga kwa game. Incense, smoke, saging, incense, smoke, staging, incense, smoke kwa comments. Ndio tuendelee na hii live. As we get rid of this yeah. We are good to go now. They were lingering in the car. Najua nimezionea wapi? Nimezionea kwa mirror. This is what helped. Ona hii kioo. This one is like a black mirror nikiwa hapa. This mirror. Shout out to everyone who ameandika incense. This is what I see. This is how I saw them as I was here. Nilikuwa naongea. This is the mirror that I saw the reflection. Now, back to the live. Koguo ri riria ruriri rwatuika stagnant, ukaigua andu makeina moru wamehia mado, all that bullshit. That is when culture starts losing its relevancy. Back to the live. In today's world, the maximum number of children you can have as a Gikuyu, if you don't want to repeat generational curses na bullshit, the maximum number of children you can have is 2 children. Why? 2 children, because these are the only children you can give one quality life, bila kukustress, and give them quality education, or what you call value in life. Okay? Now, on the other hand, when you go to the Somalis, unapatanga Msomali moja akona 10 children, minimum 8 children, na akona mabibi watatu, 24 children. And wewe unajua vizuri sana, hakuna mtoto wako wewe anasoma na Msomali kwenye unasoma. Their schools are the best. They have schools for their own children. The same way, the Indians have schools for their children. The Gikuyus have no school for their children. Mutile skuru yanyu. The Gikuyus have no bank. The Gikuyus amuna ata. Na, listen, pay attention. Ukumbuke, I'm not hating on the Gikuyu. That's my language. Ukienda Isli, utapata Dahabshil. Dahabshil belongs to the Somalis. You can change. Kikuyu Academy is not Gikuyu school. Okay? I'm not talking about Gikuyu Academy. Hiyo si shule. Unaweza peleka mtoto wako Gikuyu Academy a graduate. Unaweza peleka mtoto wako Gikuyu Academy a graduate aende mahali as a workforce andikwe. That's not what I mean. I'm talking of schools. Schools. I saw the shading. Schools. Naongea maneno ya hii shule ni ya Wahindi. Swamirian, whatever Mirian, na school bus. That's what I'm talking. Like the communities, the Somali communities have their own school. The Indian community have their own school. The Indian community have their own bank, Bank of India. Hakuna Bank of Gikuyu. Na usiniambie Mwangi. Equity has got nothing to do with Kikuyus. The Somalis have their own banks. You get what I'm saying? They have, a bank is not a bank. A bank is a banking system. Banks you're building, it's a banking system whereby any Somali today can walk into a banking system that is Somalis na atapewa pesa based on word of mouth ya warafiki wake, hata itishwa collateral, hata itishwa shamba, hata just because his friends back him up. That is enough, apewe loan. Aanze kazi. Shout out to Wangoi for banking with them. Aanze kazi. And for us to win, we have to start working with these banks and these people. Where am I going with this? If a Somalian anaweza kuwa na watoto 9, watoto 8, economical sharing, yes. Leo tunaongea business, is Wednesday. Unaona, mimi ni dumb sana. I know mimi ni dumb sana. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. I'm very dumb. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on your father. Okay, it was your father who caused it all. So, the Somalis have their own bank. Imagine I'm dumb and you are watching me. How fucked up is that? So the Somalis have their own banking system. Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, na hizo vitu zote. The Kikuyus, we don't have. Watoto wawili wanakulemea kupeleka shule. Kwa sababu, all we are doing right now, let me just dump this. Today I'm not feeling anything. I'll just fucking block you and feel nothing. How do you block this motherfucker? Get out of here. I don't even need my moderator for that. So, block that motherfucker. Hata huyu pengine nitamblock. Unaona, the reason you think that is because the Indians are not majority. Name one Somali school. I'm not here to name a Somali school. I'm here to teach. Hata wewe, I'm blocking you. Today I'm in a blocking mood. Fuck off. Get out of my life. I'm here to teach. I don't have patience for bullshit. Okay? Na wablock nyinyi wote. Because those watu wa Kikuyu ndio wanafanya tusiendelee. Unaona wa Kikuyu wanakuja ku comment. I'm not here to name banks. I know what I'm speaking about. The moment you're a Kikuyu, open your mouth and what comes out of your mouth is mavi na kublock. I don't have patience today. It's time tuongee ukweli. Okay? Time tuongee ukweli. Ongea haraka juu ya time. Wewe hata yeye na kublock. Keep moving. I don't have space for nonsense. Hata wewe block. Fuck off. I don't have space for nonsense. No space for nonsense. This is very important. Nimefukuza hizo marao kwa gari, sasa zimekuja kwa live. I don't have space for nonsense. Fuck all of you. Sasa, because I'm here with the solution. I want us to look at the solution. Na venye tunaweza tafuta hizi vitu. Okay? Huyo ogopa ni sham block. Wachana na yeye kumwambia time is infinite. Akwende na huko. So, najua Mercury is in retrograde, so I know a lot of you are communication is hard to get through. I understand all that. But then again, I'm not here on a human, sina time ya kucheza na humans around this time. Because we are here to change this. So this is the thing. Ile shida tuko nayo kubwa wa Kikuyu ni kuuza mashamba. Ni turedi ya mego udamuno. Watu wengine, ukiangalia vitu kama other communities, wanashikana, wananunua mashamba, wanajenga as a group. What you call an economical block ama hub. Watu wanashikana. TikTok yetu ya Kikuyu tunaitumia kuuza mashamba. So ukikuja kwa TikTok, we have turned TikTok into a land selling application. Instead ya tukuja TikTok, tuone shamba ndogo, anaonyesha kucultivate mushrooms, tuone nedoka rege, omothe tugomuonia kuhanda ndoma, omothe gomuonia kuhanda miaga. A very good education. You learn how to plant cassavas, how to dry cassavas. We have turned our TikTok into a land selling applications for the Kikuyu. Ukiingia TikTok ni mashamba tunauza. Dumo ya meherega. Iyo dumo ya meherega iravagirwo ya neitheradu. Ne agasiko gadio ni yao. Dumo iyo ndiagirwo ni gukorwo sponsor ni Mawega TV. Tondu Mawega mendagia migoda. You get what I'm saying? Look at the people who are sponsoring you. Don't just go nonsense because people want our sponsor. Mawega TV, Jega, they are my friends. I know them on a personal level. I've been to Gikuyu TV, Mawega TV. Mawega TV medagia migoda. Medagia migoda. No moderadia mugoda. Ao ni agathigia ni ndumo agathigia mundu rendia migunda ndago ni gukorwa agi sponsor kindu kia Ugikuyu gia gutheremia Ugikuyu ndiugani uragetua ndirauga unless Gikuyu TV amawega acio jeg unless the lands they are buying they are buying koma natwenderie migunda Eldoret koma natwenderie migunda Githumo not to have a conversation. But the moment uranyenderia mugunda Kiambu ukimenyaga mathina maria mothe twina mo Kiambu nima the millennial fathers and the baby boomers ati umuthio mecie gutire thayo koguo ni mugaga tucoke na mucie muruga tucoke na mucie no gutire na gwa gucoka tutingicoka na mucie gutire na gwa gucoka na mucie gutire thayo mucie ndungijira mawega TV aje Gikuyu TV ndungunjira ati tucoke na mucie na migunda turendia Kiambu na ninyu muratinangia migunda. I refuse that. No go mugunda ukunjitira Eldoret ogo mugunda ukunjitira Githumo no tuiguithanie tondu turakura tugorie tondu twendetie all our ancestral land turenderia nginya Mucaina enda rwaka yako ihurite kahua haria turuga makuruma nyama haria rwaka haria njira ya banana irungu ndarasa iguru kuguo othe kwari migunda ya kahua ndiruga kahua ni kega. Colonial crops are not the best. In fact, we should get rid of all of them and grow our own food. I don't see why we are importing food. I don't see why we should be importing food and selling tea and coffee. Ona kahua go tutinywa na masani. Nitunywe osoro. Nitunywe mwere. Niturie mkombi. Eni. Niturie indo cia unduire. Indigenous to the people. Indigenous to the people. Kuria wa kurawe kuria wa ciariro you are indigenous to that land. That is the motherland. Ucio niwe mubi ucio niwe wagu ni kuhe gitio mbere mwere ugimbi. Those are our foods, not bullshit ugali and buchele ya wa Somali. This is why your men cannot even last 5 minutes in bed. Weak men. We have become weak men. Genetically modified by food. You are what you eat. Utakula mchele uzae saa ngapi? Na kuzaa si kitanda peke yake, kuzaa ni mpaka mawazo. So ithuĩ tũrogetwo na irio nginya meciria, tutikona meciria marakũra. Our thoughts don't grow. Our thoughts don't grow. Tũrĩa nyeni. Tũrĩa kavici. All these are alien lives. Ogo ni ukuria mboga cia unduire uria mavake. Ogo, that is what I'm talking about. Those are the things we should be paying attention to. Shout out to Esther Polo. Tatu City tumeuza zote. And the other day Doniliado, very stupid. Makiugate wa Matagi. Shout out to wa Matangi. Atu wa Matagi na Tatu City ni arete besa. Wa Matagi agone kuwa all the billions he can get from those white people and then kick them out. Andu a Kiambu othe guku iwajisi nikuo murikaraga nigetha murutire athungu ya wira. Take their money and kick them out. You see, the biggest problem we have, we are our own biggest enemy. Shout out to Amatangi. We are our own biggest enemy. And I've said what I've said. Agekoro we uratwitira migunda uratinangie migunda Gikuyu-ini Kiambu Mawega TV Jenga, they are my friends. Ucoke uke ati ni ura sponsor ndumo ya Aitherado ndikwenda ndumo yo guka. You should not be a sponsor. Dwago nego sponsor. We are eating ourselves. Dwago nego sponsor ndumo ya America. Tiga gwetwa mu Gikuyu. You are not. I'm Kikuyu. It's not a case of willing buyer. Ni hagoro no kuona morality. Have some morality in business. Thi mubroke migunda Kalenjin na guku na kuria kungi kwi nduriri. Uria Gikuyu okite agerete na ukumite kwa nuthi. Thai tutiego no gukorwo twi Kenya. Twayo no gukorwo we Tanzania. Ni kuhingo twahingirwo. Twayo no gukorwo twi Tanzania. Kirima kiri njaro kirima gitu. Kirima kiri njaro. Kirima kiri njaro ni kirima gitu. Ku ni ku twathiite. Unide twi ha ore poros. Na hario waine. Nide twi na matha-ini ngongu. Niho tukwameire na hani. Turahingirwo na haha. Tuhingitwo na haha Naivasha tutigathereme. Niho tuhingirwo na haha. Twayo ni gukorwo Uganda. Mu Maathai ucio tutindikaga Narok. Twayo ni gukorwo tumutindikite tumuroretie tumuroretie Tanzania tugirite ng'undu kuu gikuyu kiari kia ng'undu na ithaka. Now we have nothing, we are left to selling. Your fathers, that is, ugethi Kiambu, masira maria 99% masira maria makoro Kiambu ni migunda niki aciari marehete ciana ciao kumathita ni undu wa migunda tondu baba wanyu renda gukuhe andu ngirima nginya gitunguru ndangikuhe andu ngirima nginya gitunguru arenda endie arie na nda akue iria ingi agicitigagira migambo akiugaga nake ndaheirwo ni ithe. That is what we have become. Koguo ria muratwira tucoke na mutu tingihota gucoka na mucii is gone. Micii ni hukite no twambire ringi nao twambe ringi na kwamba ringi ni atia uguo turauga we have to create a community where we come together. Culture can be transmuted. Turore unduire ha niki kirariho tungikuria tweruhie tuthie nako kiria gitaratuteithia tutige one thing twambe tutige nayo migambo eno na indo ici rumi we kick them away from our system totally. Kick them tutigatuike rurirwa ati migambo na irumi no njuge ndukanathike. Shut the fuck up. Ogo ni kuhora no twithambe moko oguo. Our fathers tukinya handu twitane ni kwarema tondu gutiri kindu gitahukaga. You had the white rhino. Koguo ungirora in nature ni ukuona kindu ni kuhukaga no guonie kindu haya na example. Uyu ni murangi urahukire haha. Let me show you. Uyu ni murangi. Uyu ni muti wa murangi ucio ni murangi urona umite hau itonyero ino. Ucio ni murangi umite hau. That is a bamboo. I loved that bamboo stick. No wamiona hau ni romire na ni heagwo mai na ni rona hatire kindu kingi kiumite. Ona ungirora monster ere murago-ini hatire ho ari ngiri umite. Iyo ni romire. Niki kahinda kayo ni karakinyire. Okay? Kahinda kayo ni karakinyire. Na agikorwo ni uthia nature ugakora nginya mugumo guo mwenyewe ugakinya handu ukahuka mugumo guo mwenyewe ukeruda. Niki tondu hena kiria kirare mugumo-ini ucio kirendwo kiume githie undu ungi. Mugumo riria wagwa ituika riu ria mugumo in itself, it's spiritual though, no gutire kindu gitahukaga. Todo in nature, natural aminism ni wonaga nima kindu kiu kirari ku ni kirathirie na kirariganira. Uguo niguo gukorwo kuhana, uguo niguo nduire atuire, uguo niguo uturo utuire. Koguo tutige we are stuck in old ways that no longer work. They don't work. Nikio twina mathina maya mothe tondu turageria kunyitira indo stange waku ya in a new world. Ino ni thi njeru. Ndugeterere Jerusalem ikuruke. Shout out to mother and son. Ndirona Jerusalem kiharuruka tuinuke. Ndirona Jerusalem kiharuruka tuinuke. Arume mwithathage. Very beautiful song. Shout out to mother and son. But gutire thi njeru ati wone kiharuruka kuma iguru. No, it is the times we are in. It is very shameful that the buildings in Nairobi are not owned by the Kikuyus. They are owned by the Somalis. It is very shameful, mukietaga owners of the country, that downtown there is mikawere there mete ni ya Somalis. Ni maria mandikitwo ni Gikuyu, ni andu ironio marasavu kuu na guthambia thi na guthambia cioro. No wathi kuriha hare ugakora mu Somali eyohete nginya maitho na buibui. Very beautiful girls. No oro ya besa cianyu. So you mwatokire or workers, you are just workers for the economy, but you are not running the economies. Wira wagacagwo ni kumu disperse. Na dimenya akiria gituma muriganirwo, once a traitor, always a traitor. Garidire ya sejia mukunyire wayo. Gachagua is a distraction while the Somalis are taking over. Kura urodita mainaga kura cia rurire kana cia bururi ni mutari uri otaraga. Gikuyu mutire ha gutarwo kura, mutire ABC ni Jaruo, na Somalis. And me, I don't care about politics. Because if I was to speak politics, we would turn this whole country upside down. So I rest my case when it comes to politics. But I want you to show you kwenye shida iko. Mutigiuga mwe mulima, mutire building Nairobi. Mwatigirwa Girogoni, mwoya nyumba mwe Girogoni, go down store asiura gataune kwa ura Girogoni, gutigethie ka Girogoni. Girogoni kwe kura gutithie kaga ringi. Ni ndoro. Ni ndoro. Uthia nginya ukarigwo ni kie ngugirite guku. Giko. To mutiginyitana muthondeke nginya bara icio. Mutingonyi mwatigirwo Girogoni, mwoya nyumba mwe o mundu ena ga cubicle. Ga cubicle. Uri andu mwoya to stalls to aguo. Gana to counter Nairobi. Twa dropping point twa ogoni nda kugura kindu no endagia ka uki rent a shelf niguo murentite Girogoni. You have rented shelves for your mechanical things. No indo icio muragira kwi Somali Isiri. What happened to you Kikuyus? That is the question. What happened to you Kikuyus? Because unless you wake up, you now, the millennials, na nikioni Gen Z nirarakara, Gen Z niraro yakona, things are not normal. Things are not normal. This is not normal. Because when they look at the other people, they're like, what is this? The other children are in international schools. Gikuyu mutiri ginya sukuru. Mutiri ginya sukuru one yamwe. Na mutikauge turi ni yanyu. To mutigi afford gutwara ciana cianyu turi. Andu amatwaraga ciana turi ni aici a thirikari. Those are the only people who can afford to take their children to turi. The tenderpreneurs, the thieves. And there's nothing wrong with stealing if you are stealing to build. No nyo mutiyaga gwaka gana gukuria muyaga kuigira. At least mushie mali kama mnaiba mali tushie mali. Let the money circulate. Wacha kuiba pesa unanunulia bibi yako V8. Mnatuibia pesa kina kiengei kanisa hapa ita circulate. Unanyima mpaka bibi yako test pesa. Mutumio akwe na gathimu gatururu. Urasa agithia bia na ndo nginya ndo pesa. That is the problem you have as Kikuyus. Yedienda kwendwo nie. Mr. kupendwa. Ndwesi ate guka ate gushuga kutire onye ni ndienda kwendwo ni adiendetwo na ndienda kwendwo. Ora ine tore bogotire mundu tendete kwendwo runi rwakinire. Me I don't want to be liked. Okay? Me I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be celebrated. Hata kama nitakuwa celebrated by one person and that one person doesn't even have to be you. It can be my God. I'm doing this for God because I have to speak the truth. Ninyendete unduire muno. Ninyendete unduire. No igiruthiriria unduire. Nyone unduire uradwara irima ndingitikira. Igiruthiriria unduire nyone unduire uradiga ndiri obukomboro-ini. Igiruthiriria unduire nyone unduire it is still making there's still no peace between me and my people. I don't want that. Dikwenda unduire. Aikoro unduire ni kuhinyiriria rahinyiriria. Asa no twajie tugutura we can start something new. Todo hatiri kindu kigiriti wa ndiondo mweru. Rucio niguo mwaka urajia. Spring. Tomorrow tukesho kutwa. We ni utheretie gwaku. Tone kweruhia tureruhia. Ni utheretie gwaku. Hinde ya mbura ya kihure. Ni magogona maria mekagwo ma kuhariria mbura ya kihu ni mariku. Ni kurima. Kurima to nginya urime mugunda tondu ukire apartment. Niki urimite niki urahanda. The 12 disciples ritual. Nitoragi horo wa thamaki ya Gikuyu. Nitoragi horo wa kindu gigwitwo Gwatandai muthamaki wa mbere. Muthamaki wa mbere wa Gwatandai twathi kurugamia haria Kiambu. Okirirwo ni Mugikuyu we mwenye tondu tungiaugire no. Because other cultures they have theirs still. They have their culture nights. The Kalenjins have theirs. The Luos have theirs. Once it comes to the Kikuyus, gutire. Gwatandai yahuragwo ni ya Gikuyu. Even today, no maramiona ndingikua Gwatandai ndigakua. Gwatandai urotura. Tondu Gwatandai ni muthamaki. Gwatandai ni uthamaki. Koguo ria marauga ati twina ngemi uthamaki. Ngemi ureta uthamaki ni Gwatandai. Niwe muthamaki uria wa mbere mwega. Na ndiruga tucokane tuitage gwatandai, but the virtues and principles. A principle is an angel, is one of the archangels. When we start with the angels, the archangels, the principles, the seraphim, the icio ciothe gwatandai ni muthamaki. Imwe ikinyiria muthamaki wale wa kurehe andu othe mahone. Gwatandai yari open to everyone. Dia ina kaundu ka ureigua ati we ndwaragia githungu. Gwatandai anyone sharago kayai, shout out to him. Etikiritie mundu othe whatever the language, todo it was bringing nitukuhona twahonaga nikurehe andu na mucie mahone tuone thina hari uri no kwina njatukano na kiama ni gia vata. Mark my word, dinauga kiama gia thuri na dinauga athuri a kiama, dauga kiama ni gia vata. Kiama ni gia vata. Kiama ni opposite ya isajama. Mark my language. Mark my language. Tuli athuri ya kiama. Kiama ni miracle. What is that miraculous event that you are holding that we can uphold? That we can uphold. Ikuyu gituika kiega riria kirarirwo. For example, the Ngemi event. Toni etwo Ngemi iratuika a big event ni undu wa ritwa Ngemi. Ritwa riu ringiherio ndingikwa big event. Tondu ritwa Ngemi, Rukemi ritwa Ngemi ti ritwa. Ritwa Ngemi ni kindu kigemu. Kindu kigemu ti ritwa. It's something that is shining. Wigua andu makiuga Ngemi, itagwo Ngemi, ni Ngemi, Ngemi ti kugamba riri, Ngemi ni riri. Ni riri wa kindu kiu, ni ugemu wa kindu kiu, wina riri, riri, ona uria kina kindu kiu kina riri. Kina riri. Arome ni kurumeria niki mundurume ena ruru we mururu we na ruru niguo urakuma ururu ucio mururuma niguo urakuma. Now Ngemi event has become a commercial event. Last Ngemi number 3 I didn't vend. Todo they block me out. No really can Ngemi yakiajia yajitie ya kurehe andu as an event ya Ngemi Gikuyu. Riu ni yatuika Ngemi dasi. Na ndirarega samido okay. Ndirarega tuike ginya dasi na tuike beautiful. But we cannot forget and allow people just to use names for themselves. Makarekia rore. Rumati na vata na rore. Mena vatana reto Ngemi, they take away the word Ngemi, make money out of that Ngemi word. Marekie Gikuyu, not on my watch. I'm going to single-handedly eradicate Ngemi. Mark my words. Spiritually, I will bring it to its knees. I cannot allow that. Digetekira, you lock me out of your event. Digoke kuvendi wine yakwa. Digoke kuvendi muratina wakwa. The event organizers matuike wenye ni makwendia muratina. Na ginya matiri ugikuyu ine. I cannot allow that. Digetekira oguo. Not on my watch. Either we are growing together, thriving together, or we are eradicating those things. We are eradicating those things. That is not going to happen on my watch. Ogoro ni turenda Gikuyu githie na mbere. Migunda netige kwendio Kiambu anymore. Netige kwendio Kiambu anymore. Nitwenderio migunda kwi nduriri iria ingi. Twitirei migunda kuria kwi nduriri ingi nituguka kugura migunda kwi nduriri ingi. Muthia utwenderia migunda Kiambu niki muraga gutwetera migunda Eldoret niki. Rudioni muratwenderia migunda Nyahururu muihurite guku TikTok. Murendia migunda Gikuyu niki? To ni mwe Gikuyu gutire thayo. To ni mwe athuria mendagia mbeca ci makanyue. Na maraya maha keno. And shout out to Malaya. Napenda Malaya sana. Malaya ni mega muno. Malaya ni mega muno. I love them. I have nothing against those women. They are our daughters. They are our sisters. They are our mothers. Shout out to all our broken mothers, sisters and daughters. Maraya mau mothe ni magikuyu ni maitu. Ni ithuĩ tumakũrĩtie. Tondu maraya maya matinginya na gwa gucoka na muciĩ. Nikio marathi kwendia tauni. Marendia tina Nairobi tondu nginya kwa gucoka muciĩ gutire. Tukiendetie mĩciĩ maracoka ku. Maracoka ku. Mũirĩtu athi kĩhiko kĩarema ndangicoka muciĩ. No athire gwĩkomborera Keno. No athire gwĩkomborera Rwaka. Tona muciĩ ndara welcome. Gutire na muciĩ gutire thayo. Yes, I'd rather pay for pussy. Kavaye ngiri ciakwa mu maraya igĩrĩ arere mwana. Tondu kwa order endekana na muciĩ ndaracoka na muciĩ. Ko tutire utire twe no hinga mwingi tucoke na muciĩ. Muciĩ gutingicokega gutire na thayo gutire migunda. Niki, because these baby boomers are sick in the head. Instead of becoming the cycle breakers, manine maundu maria mari na mona uthutha ni kwendithiriria marendithiriria. Ni kwendithiriria marendithiriria. Ati ruriri rwa Gikuyu haria tutigitwo ni nduthi na njohi. Njohi ino yendagio ni ya maitu tutirarega. Marendia niki? Marendia to matie na gwa gucoka muciĩ. Komena gwa gucoka muciĩ ona ngirathi ukera maitu ino ndahiria na ndangirakara to ni ni mane gukuria urakuria umite wira. Arendia survive na kio aranyua survive. Anauza survive. Una yeye anakunywa pombe ya survive. Tondu ndangeinuka ithe ndaenda kumuona. Ithe ndaenda kuona mwana wake. Muitu ndaenda kuonwa muciĩ. Rikia cukuru umagare. Au magare athie ku. Ino ni thĩ ya kuona mwana umagare athie ku. Ni kwa rathie guku. Somalis, they stay together as a closely knit family. Together. As a family, they hold each other together. Gikuyu gutire kunyitanirira. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Ni woda wetikie. Nani ametuma Rosata moja hapa nikiongea ukweli? Hakuna muwezi tuma. No garbage ni mugutu. Maruko ni githa igorarie cia nonsense. Mugihuretie gift hau. Nonsense. Not kwenda kwanyu because you are broken. You are broken. Mwana wa ngari akunyaga utayo. You are broken. So the same reflection ya family ni omwenayo. Nikiru you only look for chaos. You love chaos and guthekanirira na maundu matena kurema. I am not blaming you. And I'm not even telling you to donate. I'm a businessman. You can give me your likes ni enough to keep the algorithm going up. You can keep tapping the screen to keep the algorithm going up. That's the only thing you can do. Or share. Nothing else. Or you can share the live. Nothing else. At least mtu asikie ukweli. Kwa utira mwitura soke na musi. Utina gwa gusoko. I deal with young men. I do social experiment every day. Thia gaikara na andu aduthi garia. Kamoria kuhana atia thu. Twari yei. Mature we nawe ni gutu record watu record. Gamea ni kwaria turaria. Ndamu record jiki atia. Ndimuteithia naki. Ni kwaria turaria. Jirai mathina manyu. We kwanyu niko. Niki utarukirwo ogu na niguo kwire andu na nduthi. Ukaigwa mundu ucio kwao kwi mugunda. Mundu ucio atarukirwo tondu ni mutarukire meciria. To mundu ucio arakwira ithio reugite. Ugathikiria mundu ati baba ugire ndenda gutema miti ya udware mwana cukuru we. Baba aranjire miti ondikana teme muoyo. Uragiria miti itemwo no handaga miti we. Wona ni rwaciara muti. Uragiria miti itemwo na ni ya kuhandwo na ti ya guciarwo. Ikone guciara waciarite muti. Guciara ti kumea. Ikone guciara waciarite muti. Uragirio wa kugorwo KWS woka wa hando ukagiria mwana waku ateme muti atware mwana cukuru. Mwana arekia cukuru atindage hau na nduthi. Gikuyu, the airport. Social experiment. I used to be a taxi driver. Airport. Wa Masai, andu ginya matarona, Kalenjins. The Masai niyo makorwo airport magituma mwada wa Ruraya, Eldoret. Ciana cia Gikuyu gutiri mwana igira ndege guthi guthoma, gutire. Ni njohi na nduthi kuria uthiite kunene. That is the best we have in Kikuyu land. The best we have. Thie kundu riria gukuitwo. And I'm sorry to say that. Rorado amaheago wira wa kwenja irima. Ginya kamite korago tari theru. Airima tigana no tukaheana ke no mahu tukamagurira haha. Twamagurira mahu na tumagurira gavuyo kamwe ke ka tunuthu irima ni rieje. Digira horo ucio wa irima. no mzinga ere na mahuna mari horo ucio uthire. What are you saying? Ni murathikiria ciugure ciu makanywa kanyu. You are blessing your own children, you are cursing them, you are making them less. Blessing your children is making them less. Understand the language. You will never be less. Gikuyu ni kuo mutigitwo. Hau niho turi. Hau niho turi. Gikuyu Academy anasema girl child asisomeshwe tena. Those are the people not to listen to. Mwite haha oke haha request. Dagiari ya channel kile ni yako, forum yako. Anakujanga hapa na watch na hawezi kubali kupanda hapa juu. Hawezi kubali. The other day ndio marasemanirie kibo haha. Ndeguri akiuga ati ndetitwo. Si lazima uitwe. Wewe Sparkles wewe. Toka hapo. Not in a laughing mood. Not a cat. Mwambie kuja hapa to have your discussion. Aniambie why the girl child are uthomithio niki. Na anakera me ko ine cia mahana ta mena tuindo manyitirwo ni atumia. Mesie 90% of Kikuyu homesteads sireaga mutumia. Dauga what I have said. 90%. 9 out of 10 homestead matiwe kiria gikurio hwaine mutumia niwe ukumenya kiria gikurio na matire thoni magitindika mutumia kingira matatu kuhatikana raini ni haha. In fact these circles kama Super Metro hakuna mwanaume anafaa kuingia kwa matatu kuenda nyumbani mbele ya mama ama mtoto. Women magano makara raini atumia othe mutumia okaraini mama enda pale mbele tondu atumia nio manyitirie ruriro wa Gikuyu tha ici thiwigire Super Metro inoke okarugage kuri umete na minoga yake atindewera wa minoga na no urithi kuruga no urimenya kiria gikurio ucoke muge tutigathomithie muiritu wa Gikuyu turi ndui turiage mahiga. We eat our women. That is how the reverse roles have become. Mesie no yothe wonaga Kiambu atumia nio mamenya kiria gikurio rimwe ndiragira atumia na mena ihenya makinuka nginya ngamaiguira tha tha ithatu mutumia na gapipa warorore hiute ngamenya uyu ma arahihoto no uyu guthi kuria na akiruga no ukurora homework. Am I lying? How many men are in the space right now watching? Matigetekera ugiario. I am one of them. Ira turaririe na Nyambura wako. Ira ndiramwira Nyambura na ndirari kuo to ndirokire late. No ndirete Nyambura undehere homework yaku ndimirorere to ndirega kurora homework ya Nyambura. And remember I'm home most of the time. Ndirega kurora homework yake. However, I can guarantee you the mom goes through those books every day as a representation of all the other women. Women go home, cook, and they are the women nio meta wa sukuru nio moka ukura mabuku ni marendeka na mutigura mabuku na mwetio ni atumia ni kuga ni tukugura na ndwara mutumia akehinyiriria Kenya akamenyo akagura gabuku kau akehinyiriria akari agathire kau ga sukuru akehinyiriria. Another man yesterday ndirari ha Gikuyu Jolly Butchery. Shout out to Jolly Butchery. Medagia gathubu ha Gikuyu opposite Frakies. The anywa gathubu. I was there with my son. Yesterday I had a meeting with my son. The anywa gathubu hau. Because my son akona mtoto wa 8 months. Uto anywa gathubu ngimori horo wa life yake. Haroka mundurume araikara hau. No, not yesterday. Iyoge nywa thubu. Ira tukena my son the conversation ndinoka. Neyo iyoge nywa thubu. Hokire mundu me aikara hau. Aragia na pride nyingi. Aragiria mwana wake akimwiraga ati let's speak the truth. Ucio riga kurora homework ya mwana wake 2 weeks ago. Okay? Huyo amekubali. Akipewa watoto chakula akiwafeed ndio anaangalianga homework. Mimi nawaambia the real things on the ground. Tutige gwetu ati aromege ko yatene atiri udu we are done. Nigetha the remaining ones aria matigarite turikave. Hii page na kuanga ya self accountability. Shout out for the gifts. Hii ni page ya self accountability. We have to be accountable. Without accountability neko huka turahuka. Na nituguthira turiganire view will be done. Ndegure mundu ungi akiuga ati airetu wa Gikuyu mahikagio ni ndurire makwa kuikio ni ndurire mahikio no. We are not present. Wenda gwetikia ndorore tukarito tuona tugithaka rwaka tukarito tutuigwa ni turanyambishwa tukinya gukagwa kaba tu sports ka tuothe iri tumendete kuigira tito wa Gikuyu. Our Kikuyu men cannot afford cars. Because aigua gari ranyo maguta akaigua ta gwithwo. Ai kunde goitaga maguta ni mbeca utari we. We no twarithirie nduthi. Ni mbeca utari. Gari cio twatigire nduriri. Apartment twatigirie nduriri. Ithuĩ wĩra witũ tutihotaga gukuria ati we warikia cukuru ukaga kuhenyiriria kanyumba next to your father's house. Ni ukaga kuhenyiriria kanyumba. Parking ukoraga ru murahitania na my brothers tondu baba wanyu ndamuonirie gukuria. Your father didn't show you how to build, because to build is mental first before the physical. If your father has no brain in the head cia gukuria tutingikura. Let me show you something. Where are my books? Ndukajire ibuku rĩtiri haha rĩtume njoke nyũmba. Ndigũthiĩ nyũmba nĩ ũndũ wa ibuku. Rĩ haha. Lucky bastards. Rĩ haha ibuku. Kamite ime hapa crap. Tutingĩhota gũcokia rũĩ mũka. Tutingĩhota gũcoka na mũciĩ. Gũtirĩ na gwa gũcoka. We have to build afresh. Hakuna ya kurudi. We have to build now. Gũtirĩ wa gũcoka. Tiga kũnjĩra wa gũcoka. Gũtirĩ wa gũcoka. It's beyond repair. Nitakũnjĩra mũrangi ũyũ no ũringe. Ona ũngĩurĩrwo nĩ mbura ĩno yothe ndũkaringũka. Na ti kũruma ndĩraũruma. Kenya's people in the past. Kenya's people in the past. This is a book that was printed by John N.B. Osogo. This is a people's book for standard 3. New. Dada ukuonia kaũndũ. Thoma haha. New history syllabus. Thĩna ũrĩa mwĩnaguo mũnene wa mabuku nĩ gũthoma mabuku na gwĩciria ibuku rĩu ũguo rĩrauga nĩguo kũrĩ. Wagwo nĩ gũthoma ibuku ũnyite ibuku rĩrĩa rĩrauga. Ti ũrĩa ũreciria. Ti ũrĩa ũreciria rĩrauga. Ũnyite ibuku. Nothing is hidden. Ibuku rĩrĩ rĩandĩkĩtwo nĩ John N.B. Osogo. Printed for Kenya Equipment Speak. Ibuku rĩrĩ rĩarĩ ya cukuru ya ĩtagwo Gatara Primary School. P.O. Box 181 Kikuyu, Gatara. Rĩandĩkĩtwo republished ni Longman. Yarĩ Entebbe Road. Nĩ rĩa 1972. That is the first page. That is the first page. What is history? How to history? Teacher, this is Mzee Safari. He is going to tell us stories. He is going to teach us his story. Get my words. Teacher, this is Mzee Safari. So, ni murutani. Pay attention. Ni murutani, teacher. Ni murutani. Murutani. Kuruta ya maundu maria moe. Ni murutani. Arehe muthuri uyu. He is going to give us his story. His story. His story. His story that belongs to his story. Tiga gũthoma ibuku ũguo ũreciria nĩguo riugĩte. Atĩ nĩ history ndĩrathoma. History nĩ his story. Juma, what is his story? What is history? What is his story? Mwalimu akauga. His story is the story of the things that happened long ago. Mzee Safari will tell us stories. In the beginning, the greatest stories ever told. Mzee Safari will tell us stories about our grandfathers and about the forefathers of our grandfathers. Pay attention. Hena kana karetwo Zioki. Raka. It's like a plane. Zioki. Zioki akoria. What are some of the stories Mzee Safari will tell us? Mwalimu, the teacher says, he will tell us stories about how our grandfathers and their forefathers lived. Duraheo history or his story for you to do it. Shout out for the gun. No. Uraheo story, gana his story, ore aria maikaraga, hedeo, titha ici, hedeo, koguo rĩrĩa ũroka haha kũringagitate awa irimu mukuru mũgĩkũyũ wa tene tũtirĩ tene mũgĩkũyũ wa tene tũtirĩ tene twĩhĩndĩ ya carbon credits twĩhĩndĩ ya Somalis taking over everything twĩhĩndĩ ya mũcaina kũgũra roaka tiga ũtwĩra ũhoro wa mũgĩkũyũ wa tene na different challenges ciarerie gĩũka. We have different challenges today, different challenges. Mũgĩkũyũ wa tene, shati ya mũgĩkũyũ wa tene Doesn't work in today's world. Your bookworm is nonsense. He will tell us about the houses they lived in. He'll tell us about the clothing they were wearing. But that is not the point. Let me take you where the point is. Tojua mundu akiuga meheriga keda, it was taught to you. Mmeanza ku report page ndio hii imeanza. Mutienda yako igua ni mwaje ku report page. Ni mwaje ku report. Ruwira yako watu ikirende ku appeal. All these strikes. Kazi yangu inashindanga after live ni kuenda ku appeal. Hizi strikes zote muna report. Ni mwaje ya ku report. Mutienda yako igua hadu harahutio. Na hiyo ndio shida yenye tuko nayo. Tutiendaga waka. Tutiendaga waka. Mwiko watene ni nonsense. Ndĩrenda nguonie ruti ya mzee Safari. Na ndĩrenda ũnyite ũndũ. Ndakwĩ ibuku-inĩ ya 1928. Gabuku gathomagwo cukuru, ndakuonia nginya cukuru gathomagwo Mũhũri. Ndakũra gabuku gaka karĩ ka Gatara Primary School. PO Box 181 Kikuyu. This is mzee Safari's route. Hiyo ndio ruti ya mzee Safari. Ndĩrenda ũnyite mzee Safari, ndũkanyite mzee Safari nĩ rĩtwa, ti mũndũ wetagwo mzee Safari. Mzee Safari ti mũndũ, ni allegory of the journey. Mzee Safari, this is the Kenyan map. The allegory of the story. Why am I showing you this? The Gabra, shout out for the Gabra, the Turkanas, the Redire, and the Boranas, mekuria Lake Victoria. No, Lake Turkana. Mumetaga ati anage kuyo Lake Turkana. Nedona Kariuki wa Bigi goko ni yago comment hau. Mzee Bigi nimekuona hapa. Na uigirire wakira. Dora tap ginya screen di dona Kariuki wa Bigi atapete screen gana akageithani akirete hauki. Welcome to my live. When you go to Kariakaihe, kwari na Baruhia, Ruo, Tugen, na adena Kipsigis, mari hagatagate makuhirire Nyandarua. Ndenda kumuhe story yanyu. Mathai ikamba na andu angi metagwo Wataita. Taita me haria kirima kiri njaro. I'll call the mountain the name it's called. Kirima kiri njaro ni kirima kia Gikuyu. Kirima kiri njaro ti Kirimara. Kirimara is Mount Kenya. It is not the highest mountain. The highest mountain is Mount Kilimanjaro. Kirima kiri njaro. Your history is twisted. Mijikenda na Waswahili, Oromo, na the Pokomo, make coastal line. There's a reason I'm showing you these things. Hena mudurori haha. Thikiriria kiuria kia mbere. Juma. Ne Juma. Welcome. Juma. Mzee Juma. Turari horo wa Juma. Tukari horo wa Juma Mothi. Na maundu mangĩ ta mau. Uririkane turari horo wa mundu. Ndirakũria ũngĩenda kũnyita mabuku maya. They were written in the same code as the Bible. Allegories. Juma ti mundu. Uresi ni mundu to ni ibuku. Juma agakira mzee Safari welcome. Juma, welcome mzee Safari. Please tell us why you are called Safari. No igwa ria njiriria. Twira wetagwo Thavari niki arorio ni Juma. Arorio ni mutu aroru. Arorio ni Satan. Arorio ni structure. Arorio ni the rulership. Tatwira wetagwo Thavari niki. Mzee Safari yake introduce. I am called Safari because I made many safaris long ago. I have visited every part of Kenya. What did I tell you? Atieno agasokia. Please tell us about the places you visited. We shall look at the map in our books. Mwalimu wa Kimera, yes children, let us draw the line of Mzee Safari journeys as he speaks. So Mzee Safari, keyword ni yakwira wega, I'm called Safari because I made many safaris long ago. Agakiajia kwaria. Long ago, I left my home near Muhoroni and went to see Lake Sango. Where's Lake Sango? That's not the point. Turasa okaria turi. Deda ukuonia kindu kihaha. Families and age groups. How niho thiete? You see, ria turari horo wa kuheregania muhiriga ni iritu mokire naguo muhiriga ni iritu gutiri mundu ume we muhiriga gutiri de wa muhiriga wa Njenga gutiri de muhiriga Kamau mihiriga hirigo ni ya airitu agikuyu airitu 10 na nigucoka nire gwari uhoro wa the 10th daughter of the Kikuyu, not what you think that is but what it means. Gutiri mundu utoraga muci gutiri kundu gutari kwagia na kindu kirora muci. The 10th daughter of the Kikuyu is the one who ran away from home. Ucio niwe worire muci, ucio niwe chain breaker, ucio niwe waregire uhoro wa generational curses, ucio niwe Medusa, ucio niwe Lilith. I'll give you my story, not what I have heard, not what it has been known from source. From source, I'll give you the story. We are going to learn about families. Look at this picture. Dimutiedete cia mavuku, etaiwa irimu mukuru haha. Modete cia mavuku, muthe ntwarie cia mavuku. Leo is Odin's Wednesday. Mercury. And remember, Mercury is in retrograde. But I'm above Mercury. It doesn't mean shit for me. I tell you, Mercury is in retrograde. Communication will be, I'm the throat chakra. Mimi ndio Canaan. Mimi ndio Baal. Next to Aries. Next to the Ram. Ni mimi. Mercury ni haha. Haha niho Mercury. Haha niho thaisi hatarathirũka haha ũguo. Haha tirathirũka no mumero wakwa niguo rauga thaisi. So I don't care about Mercury retrograde. I am God. Hena mundu eta Sangale. Ni ukigua family cietaga cia Sangale. Shout out to my moderator. Na watu wengine kama hiyo. Ni ukigua maretwa maretwa Sangale. Na uko matio kuria retwa ria Sangale liumete. So Sangale is connected to the Maasai. Haturali horo wa Bogwa wa Kimara. Bogwa wa Kimara are guka. My great grandfather. So Waboi, may her soul rest in peace. My grandmother, so Musiara, my dad, may her soul rest in peace. Etagwo Waboi, Wabogwa. Bogwa, Wakimara, Ogethie Joro haria Forde, Bondeni, Joro, wende Joro Bondeni. Joro Bondeni, haria Joro, Bondeni ni haria Kiada. Mwono gewereri ukirareri ugathie kiria ugathie kundu gwitagwo Jawatho. Hau Jawatho ni hari kanitha witagwo kanitha wa mutuota wa Korino. Hau niho soso ari na brought. It is there up to date. Kazi ni yako witagwo Njengara mikoborithirie kanitha tondu bara ici korwo guku mucio witu ti bara nini. Shout out to my grandmother. Onwe soso wa Mbui. The late Soso wa Mbui no oyo. Etagwo wa Mbui wa Bogwa. Ungirora wa Mbui uyu wa Bogwa. Bogwa nake etagwo Bogwa wa Kimara. Tondu yari family umite kwi Maathai. Witu ni kuri Nyokavi. Sister yoyu Soso wa Mbui etagwo Nyokavi. To witu ni kuri Ukavi. Bogwa wa Kimara. Shout out to all those great people. Ndirakwira horo wa Soso Musiara, my dad. Mundu akona rurira na nyina. Ni tutire rurira na my father. Ni ndi rurira na my mother. But I'm talking about my father's side. There's a reason for that. All that reason is coming from this. Now, look at the family of today. How many people can you see? Togakiuma hau, muitiaga kiaria mzee Safari. I'll tell you about my grandfather. He had 20 wives. Shout out to the Somalis. He had more than 100 children. He had many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. The grandchildren grew up and had their own children too. There were hundreds and hundreds of them. They were all relatives, aka they were all related, relativity to the same person. Children of brothers belong to the same clan. The group is called a clan or bari. Dada ukuone kuria bari ya umire. Adore me bariria, merago me bariria niki. Todo, it's a hill. Over that hill, ne bareo. That family. Whereby their grandfather had 20 wives. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons of Father Abraham. Father Abraham is nothing but a clan. I'm not one of them. And you're not one of them. So we are not going to clap for Father Abraham. Left, right, left, right. We are going to clap for our grandfathers. Shout out to our great-grandfathers. Fuck Father Abraham. It is what it is. And if your grandfather was weak, fuck him too. We are not going to celebrate weak spirits here. We are not going to do that. Not on my watch. So, nituoba tuamenya ate adwari othe based on relativity ati masiari to kundu kumwe iyo niyo bari iyo niyo clan iyo niyo bari adwari ya bariria yakwa nyumero atia diari ti horo wa muhiriga dari horo wa bari a clan. Ni andu marathuvuririo 1928 ni mzee Safari na mzee Safari abamera mzee Safari etagwo mzee Safari ni gucera ni kuhunga athieti akahunga oka kirathiru amavundithie matiuwe bari umenya andu matiuwe bari ni kirathi ni hinde maravundithio horo wa bari kirathi ti gikuyu gitu twari bari ni guvundithio the Southern Kikuyu. Are you getting me? Dr. Rike facing Mount Kenya nonsense. Nigo vudidio ya vudidio 1928. I have books. Dena ivukuria 1909 iria werute gikuyu. No avudithagio go ivudithia gikuyu 1909. No era resoreto ginya guku ate eno ni guku. Who in 1909 was being taught chicken? Na mwero gikuyu gitiari guku mutiretekia. Because it was adult education. Adult education. So you are all gikuyu kimutida nakyo huko ne regurgitated Kikuyu learned from books. Tikia maito. It is not in nature. It is not animism. It is not something you can sit outside and see. Dogi karathe wiro re mete yo one gikuyu. Dogiona doire mete ine. Gikuyu kiria twe nakyo. No kionire. No kionire mavuku-ine. No kionire kirira-ine. Gikuyu tigia kirira, gikuyu ni kia dereti. Because even nature is communication, not dictating. Nejora hivyo degi hinya doiga na rimwe to mutingishia. Inawauma sana. But fuck all of you. So back to the live. Now, please tell the children about age groups. Magakiro marorega visa. Rako ane ivuku kolwa irimu mukuru. Please tell the children about age groups. Ni magisoro hau kaka kanini karaihete kahana gathiete magakirwo haha makerwo mwiti is magakirwo. Pay attention to the word goire siugo ti what you think. Mutegi is 11. Mwiti ena miaka 10. Mutegi ena miaka 11. Mutoa ena miaka 7. Kirima ena miaka 8. Murugi ena miaka 9. Mutoa is the youngest and Mutegi is the oldest. All the other boys are 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 years of age. They are an age group because they are all nearly the same age. Ati andu aria mukuhaneirie miaka mwiti na miaka 10, Mutegi 11, Mutoa 7, Kirima 8, Murugi 9, all they are nearly the same age. Koguo niyo itago age group. Aria mathakaga hamwe cha baba cha mama iyo ni age group. Aria mathaka cha baba cha mama iyo ni age group. Ria mathi gukura hamwe mathi irwa hamwe ya mwetaga irua mathi irwa hamwe makura kuma irwa matuika jaba warriors matuika jaba hamwe masoka othe mahereganio tikuguranirwo gikuyu ria dia mwana gikuyu gutiri ugurani the moment igwa ni ugurani wa gikuyu Southern Kikuyu facing Mount Kenya Kikuyu bullshit gikuyu ni kuheregania. Even in nature gutiri kindu kiendagia kiria kingi ni kuheregania herego na muiritu nio ameherega gutiri muherega wa mundurume. Story for another day. Ria tugaji kwali orwa the 10th lot of the Kikuyu. So mahereganio almost at the same time. Later wamona nwalikara mahimana tweta mutugi mutegi whatever ni waya matuika jaba marua baumairwa no ni masoretwo da uria monete kwa meregei asoretwo hĩndĩ ya performaga kũrĩa carnival nĩ ndamucorete nda hĩndĩ ya performa kũrĩa carnival ngĩmucora nda makisi kũrĩa carnival ndamenyire kĩrĩa gĩatũmire ndĩmucore ũguo nĩ ngũi kwa shout out kwa Meregei nĩ ngũi nĩ mũini mauma gũthaka hamwe mamba maciarwo hamwe moka me haha mahĩ maya aya amwĩti me haha me mahĩ matiũĩtwo ngode nĩ mahĩ haha matiũĩtwo ngode nĩ mo ngode nĩ manjie gũthaka hamwe makũranĩra hamwe me between 8 9 and 10 nĩ age group ĩmwe nĩ mo ngode nĩ marua matuĩka njamba mahĩrĩganio makũra. Now they are old men, whether they are stupid or not stupid, who gives a shit? Ni makura hamwe. It doesn't mean because you have white hair, you are not stupid. You can have the most white hair and be the most stupid man. So later, they became elders and looked after their clan and their villages. Twari horo abari na villages. Tothi na mbere, to maragikura. Rito maragikura. Kurigana na turahe orugano ni mzee Safari. Juma akoria. Now we know what an age group is. What is an age set? Age set. Age set. We warikaririe kuriu. We. Ni hawarikirio. What is an age set? Ni mzee Safari uraheana ngano ni guthoma ndirathoma na bado ndiramutambura. Ndweci ati ndiratabura gabuku gaka. Asa no ena kiria giatuma njoe gabuku gaka. Nigetha nguoni haria mugikuyu akinyire handu akirugama nikio turanunga muruki muru mukiuga rũĩ rũcoke mũkaro nĩ tondũ rũĩ rũrũ rwathire rũkĩhingũrĩrwo handũ rũgĩtegwo ta dam. Rũrĩ rwa gĩkũyũ rũtegetwo ta maĩ ma dam rũkahingĩrĩrio tũrĩa ona Masinga dam rũkanunga muruki muru rũkagĩa na silt. So kĩrĩa tũrabatara nĩ kũhingũrĩra dam ti gũcokia rũĩ mũkaro. Rũĩ nĩ rũĩ haruo na rũĩ ti maĩ. Urikane rũĩ ti maĩ. Thaici nĩ kũraura mbura nĩ kũringa ya kĩhumo kawanjie nĩ gũkura mbura. Ũrĩthi ũkauga atĩ rũĩ rũrũ nĩ rũihũru. Ti rũĩ rũihũru. Asa nĩ maria maratherera mathiĩte Indian Ocean. Na rũu ti rũĩ tondũ rũĩ rũu nĩ rũthugume. Rũĩ rũu rwĩna mai. Rũĩ rũu rwĩna wĩiro. Rũĩ rũu rwĩna all the contaminants. Ona Muthaka ngĩthi arute mũtĩ wake mũnene atue mata rũĩ rũu. Tũriugaga no rũĩ no nĩ wa Muthaka watua mata ongerera rũĩ rũu. Andũ kauge ndũtua mata rũĩ tondũ thiaga kĩoro kĩna sewage uga flash sewage ĩkahingũrĩrwo rũĩ. So ũgakoja ndũrũ mũno gũthiĩ gũthuguma rũĩ kana gũtua mata rũĩ. Shut the fuck up. Yone migiro yaku ithondekeire. Rũĩ ti maĩ tondu ona maĩ ti mo rũĩ. Tondu ngithiria-inĩ nĩ kũrĩ rũĩ nikio thia ocean ugakora under the ocean there's a river flowing. River is not the water. Koguo mukiuga tucokie rũĩ mũkaro nĩ maĩ tũracokia ngaa nĩ rũĩ. Ti maĩ. Get that right. Ti maĩ ti mo rũĩ. Kihumo kia maĩ nĩ gĩtwe. Na maĩ nĩ gũtherera mathereraga flowing. So maĩ ma Kenya maumaga Lake Victoria, the fresh water lake, marorete Egypt, Nile. Water flows down gũtherera. Njũĩ ici mwĩtaga kĩrĩa cithiana gũkũ ikamba-inĩ mau nĩ maria runoff. Nikio iria Indian Ocean nĩ iria runoff, contaminants, everything, sewage, seawater. Nikio me maroro nikio mena cumbĩ. Nikio marathi Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean is not down, it's up. Egypt is down. That is why Victoria flows down to Egypt. You get it? All your history is regurgitated nonsense history. So what is an age set? Kuligana gabuku gaka andu maburithagio kirathi 1920 kindu aria othe mathomeire ha matiagithomeire ga cukuru gaka getagwo shout out to this school getagwo Gatara Primary School, PO Box 181 Kikuyu. Ibuku riri ria standard 3 riandikitwo ni John NB Osogo MADIPED, printed for Kenya School Equipment Scheme. Ugithi harari no igua makiari horo wa Rally Settlement Scheme. Ino yetagwo Kenya School Equipment to be Equipped Scheme. Eka publishment ya metagwo Longman Island. Longman Island. Ugirora logo ya Longman Island rugataruke we miaka yothe wikarete oke utarukire ha video ini Mercury retrograde bullshit. Ugirora logo ya Longman Island. This is a boat. This is a boat. Sailing boat. Sailing boat. Sailing boat. Sailing boat. This is a boat. These are sails itabaya Longman. So in 1928, the class 3 students of Gatara Primary School new hedio niguo mavurithagia uhoro wa mihiriga na age set in class as adult education, not as odoire gikuyu. Yes, it's called a sale sundiata. What is an age set? Gavuku gaka gavurithia muikosi wari kirathi standard 3 1923 rune kwirwa rerwo age set ni kidoewe mane mageni we aturite athite na nduire, aturite athite na uturo, aturite atite agu aya magire ni hindi araheo education, adult education by Longman Publishers by sale. Get or back on the boat. Gikuyu kianyu ni kia boat. Gikuyu kianyu giokire na meri. Southern Kikuyu facing Mount Kenya. Iyo yote it came on the boat. Longman Publishers as an allegory. I need a break. My throat chakra. Give me a second. Let me do some witchcraft. I love witchcraft. Nothing is better than witchcraft. I have to charge my water. Nothing better than witchcraft. I love witchcraft. I have to charge my water. I have to charge my water. Nikonywa maima itama chargite. I love my witchcraft. I love my witchcraft. I love my witchcraft. Yeah, my water is charging on the books that I have written. Books I have written, not read, books I have written for my throat chakra. Everything you think you know about life is a big lie. Umesikia ndege? High thoughts, Mercury in Aries. And you mnaona witchcraft yenyu ni weak. Your witchcraft is weak. Your magic is weak. Back to the live. Shout out for the commercial break. Juma, now that we know what an age group is, what is an age set? Mzee Safari, remember Mzee Safari is an allegory. An age set is made of many age groups. Imagine yato soki heto he. Look at the group of boys again. Mwasoki he mahe. Magikora, magithaka hamwe, makioa hamwe, magituika athuri hamwe. Akauga atirire Mzee Safari. Ate their ages are from 7 to 11. Aria makoranire hamwe. They make one age group. This is the next age group when they are older. This is the next age group, they are older still. The next age group is even older. When they grow up, all these groups together formed one age set. One age set. Mwanyumba anauliza, pay attention to the word. Gwirire, the same way you read the Bible, the same way you are colonized in the mind is the same way you are colonized by these Longman Publishers, people who came on boats to teach you the Southern Kikuyu. You don't have to like me. What did the age set do? Mzee Safari, the allegory, they hunted and danced together. One age set looked after the group or clan for about 20 years. Then it became too old. So the next age set was asked to look after the clan. So, turenda kuingira uhoro wa ituika riria turarĩtie uhoro wario. Shout out to Kariuki wa Bigi. Shout out to Moboi wito Waime. Shout out to all that age set that had been on the forefront of protecting Muthamaki wa Gwatadai. And as I'm finishing, shout out to my great spirit, the grandfather of them all, as an age set. So they hunted and danced together. One age set looked after the group or clan for about 20 years. Then it became too old, so the next age set was asked to look after the clan. Shout out to Kayai. And tomorrow we'll be going for that Dr. Karanja Barrio. It's time they pass the mantle to us. It's our time now. Their time is done. We are taking over as an age set. But the age set that is taking over has to have brains. Have to have brains. We cannot become the next age set. Tuena beginners yuage. Na kiria turoerera tutirakieruhia. Todo tugothi na mbere na kuhukia ruriri. We have to understand these things for what they are. In future, when the Gen Z, Generation X, when they look back into us, matikanaugage maithe maitu makoro mekaga nonsense, tutigakoro ithu twekaga nonsense. Yes, he rests connected. Tutigatuike ati ithuĩ turarigagitate nonsense. Ati ithuĩ turenderithia the same long man bullshit. Twina wairimu mukuru wa Gikuyu ya tene bullshit. Ati nio turendithĩrĩria na mbere. In that time, we cannot. It will be a shame. Especially in the age of Aquarius, it will be a big shame. And I refuse to be a part of that. I refuse to be a loser. And we have to call them as they are. Our fathers, our grandfathers, they were weak. But there's strength in weakness also. Animals become extinct like the white rhino. So it was their time to become extinct. But it's our time now to build new. They became extinct because they didn't want to evolve. They became stagnant. They don't want to change. I'm out of airtime. Let me buy bundles. Bundles are becoming pricey every time buying bundles. Fuck this. Can go and do something different. Amojiro aliga wonesi yake live isi. Kayu live isi utida utura live miake yothe wa muthaka no live. Watu wezi badilika. I understand Mujiro. We have different paths. Mujiro. Pardon your king. Too much is Mujiro aje. Sifanye content ingine. Sifanye content for men. Which men? These destroyed men ndio nafanyia content. This masculinized men ndio nafanyia content. Hawa men wanasema msichana akina Gikuyu Academy tutigathomithie ciana ciri tuniondera thondekera content. Siwezi wafanyia content. Confirmed. So I do the right content. It's not about likes. So why dina bere? Akiuga ira wa age set yare ke hena modure etanerima. Did all our people have age sets? Pay attention. Rika ria tene. Marika nĩ gũthondekwo mathondekirwo. Who are the custodians of this rika? Tondũ ĩkorwo nĩ uga we rika rĩrĩ. What was the pillar? Let me use the word pillar. What is the pillar that you can show me in today's world that this is the pillar ya rika rĩrĩ? Where are your pillars? Where are your monuments? Tony Joe thĩ ĩno ĩkoragwo na markers, monuments. Where are your pillars? And where are all these stupid people who think that the pyramids were built from down up? The pyramids were carved. Ugithi Ethiopia ni ukora kanitha cie carved, the pyramids were carved, and stop your nonsense kwaje kujira horo wa aliens haha. I'll kick you in the ass with that bullshit magi hauti hoturi. Did all our people have age sets? Pay attention to this line now. It is very important. Mzee Safari no igwa ni agecerete ni muhugi no rakurehera ru githomo gukuruta maria uwi gukuruta ni murutani mena mwarimu wa murugamirire haha ukaigwa ibuku ria Kimani wa Voro ugithi haria forward riandikitwo ni Reverend ni othe marugamirire ibuku riu all the way nio marugamirire. So don't give me percent of something I can use. The others ni kujaza makaratasi. Mzee Safari akiwa the Maasai no ni agecerete, the Kalenjin ni acerete, the Agikuyu. Pay attention to the word ametumia. Agikuyu. Dana wa Mugikuyu. The Agikuyu. The Agikuyu. Dikeria agwa ajia na ma. The Maasai. The Kalenjin. Shout out to all the Kalenjins. The Agikuyu. The Embu. And the Ameru all had age sets. Totito wa Kinyakwa Gema. They had names for the age sets. The Kipsigis, 7 age sets. Ukayoretwa. They were Maina, Chuma, Sawe, Korongoro, Kabrerash, Kimnyige, and Nyonge. After Nyonge, the next set would be Maina again. Their name help us to know when certain events happened. Turari horo wa matueka. 23, in standard 3, primary school yetagwo Gatara Primary School, PO Box 181 Kikuyu. They are being taught. Juma agakiaria. Thank you for telling us about age sets, age groups and age sets. Now we know what they are. We will try to remember them. Agikuyu. 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 Shout out to Warenga. Amewambia vizuri sana. Agikuyu many. A consciousness, a movement. It's not even hidden. It's because now you have this. The other book is there. Ona reharia jaretiri hane. No deregire. Reharia jikaraga. Reharia. Ibuku riria nirio riatungire nyimbo cianyu iria muinaga nigugira ira ciana ikone gia kwihaka rwambo ruri no rwaitimo kirinyaga iyo ni ya kufunzwa. That's not Gikuyu. Iyo ni music walikaa chini wakatunga ndena mutungi wa ibuku riu. Ibuku ri haria riana itinanga twendikindo riritwo nginya ni mbe ri haria. I can get it. Koguo riro roka kunyinira haha ati Gikuyu nigugira ukaigwa wi Gikuyu. You are the Southern Kikuyu. Agikuyu ri Agikuyu nikyo igwa the Maasai, the Kalenjin, the Agikuyu, the Embu, the Ameru all had age sets. Tiothe wasoka wero Kipsigis a Kalenjin mari na 7 age sets. Wero Maina, Shuma, Sawe, Korongoro, Kabrerash, Kimnyige, and Nyonge. Maravu did you make class 3? They are being taught in class 3. This is being taught in class 3. This is a book that was being taught in class 3. Kenya's people in the past. I have the right books. Wewe shinda hapo na Agikuyu atene. Mwena wa elimu mukuru. I have the right books. I know how to see things for myself. Egakiuga. Root was the clan. Pay attention to the numbering of the pages. Everything is witchcraft. Clan as a subject ni number 6. Amwadikaga. No mabuku mwadikaga mayagai. Mwadika mabuku mukimetaga mayagai. You don't even know the spiritual the spirituality of numbers and chapters and pages. It's so spiritual. Nikyo buku siya nyune useless. I can only wipe my ass with your books if I don't have tissue paper. The clan. Uni Aisha oretana. Ni Aisha orori. Aisha, What is a clan, Mzee Safari? Ni ubudithio manabudithio ni curriculum. Mzee Safari ni orete wenda kumabudithia. What is a clan? Enda kumabudithia Muboi no, Mujiru no, Mugari no. Shout out to Monga diria kumuigwa moisha kamoyo mundu angiona moisha kamoyo amugeithirie muno arenda kumabudithia in 1928 in class 3 in that school in Kikuyu, PO Box 181 Kikuyu. Let's learn what is a clan. Already can what is number 6? This is chapter 6, page 10. Page 10 is a beginning. One clan 6, chapter 6. Pay attention. Number 6. Shout out to 1111 when you imepita kidogo. 6, the joining of two energies to create another, or what you call sex. Let's get into it. Mzee Safari akemera. A clan is a group of people. They come from one forefather. I repeat. A clan is a group of people. A forefather is a person who lived very many years ago. I will tell you about my clan. Agakiaja musheneneko. Mzee Safari agakiwa. Our forefathers lived 300 years ago. What did I tell you about story? Nimetoka hapa kuambia historia yenu ni ya 300 years ago. Nimetoka kuambia hapo. Hii kitabu nasoma for the first time with you Anyere. Shout out to Nyambura. Shout out to that beautiful mother-in-law. Nikudaru tirevu kurere. 3 Sundays ago. Ndari thoma. But jikareta umethini ndari hitukira oguo ndikwanya ciara ucio ni maito. Ngiri hitukira oguo ngimwira maito thina gabuku gaka. Akenjira thinako. Because I knew. Because there was a reason I found this book there. I knew this book had a purpose. I knew why this book that was being taught in 1928 in Gatara Primary School, PO Box 181. 11 is very important. 181, that is 11. Number 8 is very important. Shit is deep. Longman Publishers. So you're about to be taught what a clan is by Mzee Safari. Murakiona how magiciaranite na shenanigans igita icio. Okay? 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 Listen. Mzee Safari now is giving stories in class. Mwalimu arogamete hau, murutani arogamete hau, athikiriria andu mahe ohoro, athikiririe Longman Publishers, people who came on boats, teach you about your clans. Our forefathers lived 300 years ago. They are not talking about your forefathers. Rumanari horoa, the people who brought that. It's a 300-year knowledge. Is the Abrahamic religion. Is the destruction of the spiritual knowledge of the people. The agekuyo kuhererio marehero aterere. You getting it? 300 years ago. Our forefather lived 300 years ago. He had 5 wives and many sons and daughters. I hope you don't miss the point. He had 5 wives. Why did they use the term specifically 5? In witchcraft. There's a reason amesema 5 wives and many sons and daughters. Ajasema how many sons and daughters. Because angesema he had 5 wives and each wife had whatever shenanigans. So listen to the story. The sons and daughters grew up. They were married. The daughters married men. Sichuka umeshika venye amesema. It's not the man who married the daughters. The daughters married men from other clans. The sons married women from other clans. So the daughters would marry airetu kuherekania nake. Toro nake ni yago. Daughters married men from their clan. Daughters married men from other clans. The sons married women from other clans. Their children belonged to their father's clans. See, they belong to their father's clans. Wamechorwa hapa. Very good symbolism, just like in the Bible. The way they draw the Bible. Marake muonia mwakiogeiteka Bible ine symbolism. Itago Jewish literature. Masonic art. Isn't it Masonic arts? It is what you call Masonic arts. Art. All this came from boats. You never used to write or draw. All this came from boats. This is Longman Island bullshit. Okay? Longman Island witchcraft bullshit. Ino itago Jewish Masonic art, this is called Jewish literature, 300 years ago. Jewish literature, Masonic art, and then Jesuit intellect. This is the intellect of the Jesuits. The Jesuits intellect, Jewish literature. No. Uwe kirathi, niwona gabuku gacoretwo ni kurutwo urarutwo maria wina mo 1921, PO Box 181 Kikuyu, page 10, murutwo arugamite aria mwarimu, the clan number 6. The sons and daughters grew up, they were married. They had many children. These children grew up, they married and had children. So the clan grew bigger and bigger. Now you know where the clan came from. Koguo riria turathi kwaria, tukiaria cia atiriri, ukahe cia bari, mihirega, urahe regurgitated knowledge. From 1928, 181, page 6, page 10, chapter 6, 1928. Juma, how old are you, Mzee Safari? Juma ne aria, ne kihe kiria kiaria muno. Mzee Safari, I am about 80 years old. He didn't say his age. Hakuna mtu ajui age yake. Juu kama unaitwa kwa class unajua. Amesema I am about 80 years. It's not about the 80. It's the 80. That is very important. Witchcraft. Jamani kiama. Hatiri kidu kihithe. But murutu todo aradho mata historere. It is eloping. So to hide something, put it in plain sight. So it's put in plain sight. But because there is this Masonic art, uria mona mabuku ma Watchtower, ateroti yake hora kio na mwaki ugiteka. Symbolism goes deep. Ruwe niwetekia symbols ici, niwetekia no ne clan symbols no na marakura. Niwetekia Jewish intellect, Masonic art, Jesuits intellect, Jewish dariganiro wago mwirete. Jewish literature, Jesuit intellect, the Jesuits, their intellect. You get it? Mzee Safari akiwa na miaka 8 about Rahaya na Aisha akamwambia, you are very old. Did you see the first people to live on earth? Anaulizwa na Aisha. Mzee Safari sasa hapa anaongea ukweli. Anasema no, granddaughter. My clan started 300 years ago. Our forefathers had his own forefathers before him. Day of the assembly. Day that you assemble in float of a flag and swear allegiance to a flag, the person who planted that flag on your soil, the person who fucked and raped mother nature and had the biggest balls to drop in your location, in this case, Kimori Church. Look at these three. Agikoyori, the consciousness of Agikoyori, the land, Maito, the land itself, Maito, the truth. Atiriri, near 300 years ago. 300. Okay, we're 300 men. Oh my God, 300 men. They are fighting with swords. They are cutting each other. Open your eyes and see. Or forever hate. Shout out to Munga. Ogidipeja ya Munga ni oku neno. Mobi Mubeki. AKA. This. Do you see this? Do you see this silver pendant? Unaiona? Unaona hii silver pendant? No neno. No, no. You have seen me the 5-pointed star. Do you see this now? Do you see this now? Do you see it? The branches and the roots. Look at these three. A clan is like this. It starts with the roots in the ground. Everything has to start from the root, aka the root chakra. Let me go and pee. whip out my big dick and pee. I'll be back. Big dick energy. I am back. I didn't shake my dick after peeing because my muscles are good. I can hold my nut for hours. Don't hate. So, I don't want to be humble. I am modest. I don't want to talk like other people. I am different. Look at this tree. A clan is like this. It stands in the roots in the ground. It ends with the branches which bear fruit. My forefathers are the roots. I am in this fruit can start a new tree. Umecholewa hapo vizuri sana. Tuko class. Tuko 1928 class 3. Ndio mtu umecholewa hapo. Now. Nesiku ya gyogu hesi daya tutigeti daha tugethoma. But I want to show you something. The next, everything is spiritual. The next chapter, imechorwa on the same page, which is 7. Inasoma nini hapa? Can you read? Different communities. 7 different communities. 7 is spiritual as fuck. Na bamu wajaya mugane yao gai. 7 different communities. Look at the page. Page number 11. Wewe, Lutuwadhi Wafula. Wafula, Shifula, Wafula. Wafula have just entered the seat. Wafula, Shifula, Shifula, Shifula. Wafula alikuja huku mkampeleka nini? Mkampeleka, Wafula alikuja mkampeleka Gen Z. Wafula okilego wakipelekwa Gen Z. Hata hiyo ngoma yake hii kuvuma. Alitoa ngoma akakuja kama amepelekwa Gen Z. Shifula, Shifula, Shifula. So we are talking of the 7 different communities on page 11. If you want to write a book, you can tell them, Kenya ajua amadi kama bukareto mayagai. Your book will be useless if you don't understand that spelling is witchcraft. The numbering of the pages, where you put the chapters. If you're just selling a book hoping to capitalize on the movement of the awakening of the Kikuyu to make money, shame on you. You may be old, but you are not wise. One of my pubes, which is graying and white in color, has more sense than you. Wafula, great grandfather. Unasikia amebadilisha jina sasa? Shout out to Glow Center. So now Wafula is no longer calling mzee. Mzee safari sasa haitu hivyo. Tumechange. Si tumeenda number 7. This is all about now either higher natures, angels or demon. So tumeingia 7. Immediately Wafula now is addressing Mzee Safari as great grandfather. Jina imechange. Jina imechange. So wenye walikuwa nasoma kwa class hawakujua kwa nini jina imechange. Si wako na mwalimu pale. Wafula sasa namuita great grandfather. You have told us about clans and age sets. Can you tell us about tribes? Did you get that? Did you see the twist of words? Did you see the witchcraft? Ama hukuiona? From Mzee Safari, since we are now in chapter number 7, we are playing with number 7, higher natures or lower. Now they have changed the name. Wafula comes in. Wafula, Shifula. Now anamuita great grandfather. You have told us about clans and age sets. Can you tell us about tribes? Now it is the work of the great grandfather to talk about tribes. Sasa tumetoka clan. Tumetoka clan. You didn't see that, and it's on page 11. Your tempo, your right brain, your left brain, your Adam and Eve, your Ekoyo and Mombi. No great grandfather niahe waletwo leo sasa si mzee Safari, sasa naitwa great grandfather, mababu sasa. Mzee Safari sasa ni yeye anaongea. Ujue ameitwa na Wafula great grandfather, but kwa kitabu ndio tusipotee, bado ni mzee Safari. Anasema I prefer to call a tribe a traditional nation. Get out of here, motherfucker. No wonder the Kipsigis have Maina and the clans. Kirinyaga ni Africa as a land. The whole continent of Africa ndio Kirinyaga. Gikuyu is not Aterere. Gikuyu is the people on the land of Africa. Everyone on the land of this piece of rock that you call Kirinyaga, everyone is a Gikuyu. Doiresio the Negekuyu. Kairo gatune Baba Waithira kuria githunguri kia Waithira mugeithie. My great friend Baba Waithira Meheriga Kenda. Shout out to that great man. Umure ni ageithio ni njenga wa muthaka. Na thina mbere na kumatungatira. We don't hate. He's doing an amazing job. Whatever he's doing is for the great good. Shout out to Baba Waithira. A traditional nation. So the whole nation of Kirinyaga, anyone who's in traditions is a tribe. Have you found your tribe? There's a book called The Tribe. Very successful. Why do you think that book is successful? Why do you think that man is rubbing his hands to the bank every day? Seth Godin, The Tribe. All he has to do is rub his hands and money comes in because he capitalized on the word tribe. Because everything he speaks about talks to everyone. Whether you are Indian, whether nakwambia, na hapa naitwa great grandfather. Anyone in a traditional nation is a tribe. You know my tribe Kikuyu, shut the fuck up. Find your tribe. Ndio maana mgrow. You find a Chinese, he's talking your language, he's teaching you to cultivate, that's your tribe. You find a Somali, he wants to build with you, that's your tribe. You find that Jewish motherfucker, huyu mwenye nikipanda vitunguu ngong, wenajua vile tunacheza baiskeli. What do you call that man? Jilad. Shout out to Jilad. Jilad akikushika mkono akwambia twende tukapande vitunguu na huku Oreporos. Enda, wacha kusema unajua mimi ni Mkikuyu. Shut the fuck up. Go and build. Mwiko wate ni yake katia. Akedi ya migoda. Si hata huwa wali mukuru naona anauza mashamba. Anyone who's selling land, don't try coming near me. Ikoyo TV Jegamaga, don't try coming near me. If you are selling land in Kikuyu land, don't come near me. Kama ni land, twende tukanunue Tanzania. Niambie tukanunue tukalize shamba Tanzania. Lakini kutoa, that is shrinking, that is death, kuhuka, that is stagnation. I'm not for that. Sorry, I'm not for that. You wanna jump on a plane, go make money. Jump on a plane, go make money. I don't care how you make money. You wanna jump on a plane, have your knees bruised all the time because you spend your time on your knees sucking white man's cock and making money because you are building. And I'm gonna show you how to build. Brush your teeth, baby. And once you're done, come and suck this cock too. We continue. Teacher. The teacher speaks now. Najua ni lazima mwalimu waongea, msahau mwalimu alikuwa Murutani Umaha. Mwalimu sasa ameongea. Finally, the teacher is talking and the teacher now is coming to interrupt. Teacher anasema, let us call it a community children. So the teacher now is reprimanding Mzee Safari for calling a tribe a traditional nation. So the teacher, Murutani unioka kukuruta kuhemake. Anakuambia, let us call it a community children. Wafula is not giving up. Wafula goes, what was a community in the old? Can you remember what a clan is? Man, do you know how many beautiful dramas we can make this type? Do you know how many beautiful movies now we can make if we just work together? Mukiache ujinga mko nayo ya separation and hating. Do you know the kind of beautiful drama festivals we can be playing for our children, and there's no one to stop us? The government is actually going to support us. Do you know the possibilities of the time we are in? Shout out to Monjiru, hata inasikia ako live. Now, what was a community in the old days great grandfather? Mzee Safari. Can you remember what a clan is? Anauliza Wafula. Wafula is here to answer. Yes, it is. Safari anaendelea. That is right, Wafula. A clan is a group of many families. A community is a group of many clans. The clans of one community all spoke the same language. They all had the same customs. Can you remember the 9 beautiful daughters of Gikuyu and Mombi? They gave their names to the clans of the Gikuyu community. Mudhoni speaks out of nowhere. Mudhoni Nioka. Pay attention to the people who are coming into the play. It is not Waboi. It is not Jerry. It is not Wajiko. It is the beautiful Mudhoni. And coming to think of it, I've not fucked a girl by the name Mudhoni. How comes? How comes I've never encountered a Mudhoni? Shout out to Gadhoni. Of course, I'm not fucking Gadhoni. She comes live. I'm just saying. How comes I've never encountered a Mudhoni in my life? Most probably in another life. Who cares? Back to the live. Mzee Safari. Yes, there are. Other clans came to join the Agikuyu. Where? Ati Mzee Safari umesema nini? Did you just say that other clans came to join the Agikuyu? Yes. Let's continue. There's a zodiac wheel hapa. Kenya at the center because they are creating something new. This is page 12. 12 is witchcraft. 1, individuality. 2, relating. 1 plus 2 is 3. Your surroundings. Your surroundings is 360. So on that page, we have the pie chart drawn there. Are we together? What happened to the live? You are not tapping the screen. Nazenda YouTube. Nazenda Twitter. I can go learn more. I can go take care of my mushrooms. I can go look at my chickens. I don't like disrespect. I feel disrespected. Hata kama najua Mercury retrograde is iko on. I feel disrespected with this amount of likes where I'm not 100,000 likes and I've been here for 2 hours. I don't like this at all. Give me my roses when I'm here, okay? Keyword. They learned to speak the Gikuyu language. Nani abakwira ati other clans join the Gikuyu. Uririkane Mugikuyu arero ibukuri nere 1928 class 3 niyo maravudithio. Marero they learned Mudu agenyonera Kimani wadu tamugeithie muno muini wa Gicande. I have the Gicande here. And he did me wrong. Anya did Gicande kina Masai beads. Gitiri na mwethia. He thought I wouldn't know. But you see, my spirits are revealing. I was trying to pray the Gishani. Nagitira igira. Chaka jana ski kitu ipelekani ba. Naambia Munjiru bana. Na venye na yebi Gishani nikikira gire yo. Shaka. Mwana ni agaithagio ekeithia eh. Agora daga. Shaka. Then one day, Mwigua omo kiuma. Gigita Masai beads. I paid 10,000 for that thing. I forgive Kimani Wanduta for that. But my Gishande is useless because it doesn't have the spiritual meaning behind it. 1144. I am creating my own Gishande. So they learned to speak in 1928. Urahe ohorone Longman publishers who came on the boat. Sio mimi. Si mimi nasema. Useme ati wamudhakara. No, it's not me. Mweko wa tena toa nonsense hapa. Sangale comes into the picture. Shout out to all the Sangales. Sangale, tell us about the other communities. Great grandfather. Unasikia Sangale anaita mzee Safari nini? Great grandfather. So the children in the classroom is not talking about the children. This is allegory. This is what this is. This is not a book. And the conversation here is not a play of words. This is very deep. So Sangale speaks. Sangale amuiti mzee Safari. Ujue mwalimu ukumbuke mwalimu amekuja kuinterrupt on page 11. There's a reason. Teacher ameongea mara moja tu akasema let us call it a community children age. Usikia sasa mwalimu ametwist. Mzee Safari akaendelea. Can you remember what a clan is? Wafula akaongea. Yes, it is a group. Sasa tuko hapa. Sangale ameuliza. Tell us about the other communities' great grandfathers. Did they have clans? Au alikuja kujoin Kikuyu. Did they have clans? Did the clans come from different places? Sangale is asking the right question. Shout out to all the people called Sangale. The miners. Pay attention to the word. Sasa si for our fathers wanaongea. Sasa ni mzee Safari mwenye ametembea. Sasa ndio maana anataka kuongea maneno ya Wakamba. Anasema yes, the Akamba had more than 25 clans. 25 is 7. They came from different places. Some came from Taita. Kambas have Taita in them. Shout out to Becoming with Jai. She's a Taita. Maybe I should fuck her. Some from the Mijikenda. When I say fucking, doesn't necessarily mean physical fucking. We can fuck Mijikenda. I haven't met a Mijikenda yet. And some from other places. Dear customer, you have used 50% or fuck that airtime. Mzee Safari continues. Yes. The Akamba had more. What about Luo? Anyango anauliza. Ako very tribalistic, ataka kujua yao. What about Luo? Mzee Safari continues. Keyword, not the great grandfather. Sasa ni Mzee Safari answering. We are talking of two utter personas. But tuko on page 12 because he's relating Mzee Safari 1. He's relating to 2. So, ndio maana sasa tumetoka kwa great grandfather to Mzee Safari. Anyango, what about the Luo? Because now he's relating with many. So he can no longer be the great forefather to all. He becomes Mzee Safari, mwenye ametembea, he's talking to many. What about the Luo? Mzee Safari anaanza. The Luo had many clans. The Abaluya had more clans than the Luo. The Masai, the Somali ni wetu. The Borana ni wetu. And the Teso all had clans. Shout out to Teso babe. I know a girl. Her name was Teso. That proud Teso girl. Tall bitch. I've had so many chances to fuck all these women, but I haven't fucked them. We can fuck in the mind. All the people in Kenya were in clans. Today, all the small groups are joined together to make one big nation. I am glad I have lived long enough to see that we are all proud to belong to one Kenya nation. Now, before I continue, or maybe before I stop for another day, Kenya, as a nation becomes a state, Kenyan state. Now, that state is not a country allocation, is a state of mind. So all these minds, one put in one state, Kenyan state. So all the clans, all these people were put in one Kenyan state. All the clans, all the age groups, all one Kenyan state. The Taita, the Nandis, one Kenyan state. A state of nation or a people who resonate a certain way in the location they are in on what you call Tiamat, Mother, Gaia, Land, Africa, Motherland, whatever the fuck name you want to give her. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? So all this tribalism, Mkonayo, the Kalenjins, you are one thing. Umesikia Rusifa ameguruma? Umesikia tumbo yangu ikiguruma? Unasikia Rusifa? Umesikia tumbo venye nimesema hivyo? Did you hear my stomach grow na imagine imenyamaza? Division of the people is planned. You are one people. whether you are Teso. So mukeje kugati tutiguranaga naya, take that garbage away from me, very very far away, before I put my boot on your nuts. Na nikionaga o andu ni mari mikire yao ya maundu te Jaruo ni kirori gia thamaki gutiari rori, so ukakuja ni ndi Muikuyu Jaruo sigurana na rori ya thamaki, rori yariko hiyo wakati wa mzee safari rori ilikuwa wapi? So who came up with that? Rori ya thamaki ni kwali rori? Who came up with the weights and measures? Sifikishi cancer hawa. I'm not going to go into cancer with this. Nilianza Taurus. Nimeongea Gemini yote, moshene ya Gemini. I use the energy of Gemini to communicate because we're in Mercury retrograde. So I did some witchcraft. I took my throat chakra. Okay? I didn't look back. I went into Gemini. I didn't look back like Taurus. I didn't look back to Taurus to become a pillar of salt, sodium carbonate, which is the salt of Taurus, like Noah's wife. I didn't look back. I went directly into Sodom and Gomorrah. I went deep. That is why I was using all that fucking language, fucking the angels, fucking the virgins, because I was in Sodom and Gomorrah. As above, so below. I won't go into cancer. I'm not going to bring all those waters down. I'm not going to bring all that Noah's energy down so that I can create a wood, something to stand on, to float over the waters. Hapana, huko siingisa hizi. Namalizia hapo. Hii kitabu tutaiendelea. Shout out to Longman, Kenya. Longman, Kenya State, who came on the boat. Shout out to the boat. Symbolism is deep like shit. If you don't like this, get back on the boat. If you don't like my Kikuyu, get back on the boat. Get back on the Longman Kikuyu Aterere taught in the books. You are a foreigner on my land. Aterere, you are a foreigner. Me, I'm with my toe. Me, I'm with nature. Niede wa awa. Niede wa maitha maito. Maya mafo wa fathers magoka. Niede wa awa. Niede wa doire. Niede wa uria goko gutuire o uturo. If you don't like it, get back on the boat. Right now. Get back on the boat. Get back on Longman Publishers. Get back on your books. So shout out to everyone in the comments. Each one teach one. It's time to go and take your business. Not just sit here and teach. Time to go and take your business. Shout out to everyone who was in the comments. Anyone who stopped by. Shout out to all the people who are taking notes in the background. Tunawajua. Kazi yanyu ni kuandika notes. Mnaenda mnabadilisha kidogo. Mnafungua live yanyu usiku. Hapa muwezi comment ama kuongea. It's still what it is. You can go. You can copy. You can sell. The game is to be sold, not to be told. So there's nothing wrong with that. Mi sinanga disclaimer. I'll never tell you ati usikuje kucopy. Copy everything. Add spices, weka kachumbari, copy everything. Tutawaona Inoro. Copy everything. Spice it up. Make it sound like niwe umeongea. Enda ufanya sasa niwe umeongea. It's okay. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. We are God's children. The ancients are back. Tigeko tutagiaria. No gikuyu kiria tungiaria mutingihotana nakio. Gikuyu no twarie. Na mugira twaria atiriri. Unajua watu wamenitumania ati yule wa muthaka ndagacoke kwaria githungu. Message taken. However, I'm the bull. Canaan. I'm the throat chakra. You cannot stop me. This is the 8-pointed star. It's on my left hand. On my right hand, I have Leo sign. If I was to change the rings, shit would be very different. But we are not there yet. And we don't even need to go there. We have been given grace, so we extend grace. Tamalizia hapo, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm not going to buy more data today. I think that's enough. I'm here to get back on Wi-Fi. To whom much is given, much is required. I have a lot of resistance in my life, from the physical to the spiritual. But I set this up because there are things to be learned in that. Iron sharpens iron. Let me see kama kulikuwa na swali before I go. And then we can end the live. Ni sawa? Wacha niangalie. Tutareria hanini kiu kia atiriri we oe gaya oe. Your team has completed the first stage of the team quest. Team cheers has been unlocked for all team members. Saint Heart. Hata wakikopi, they can never beat the master. Tutaona inoro. Tutareria we oe. Oidha kwa degwa. Tuko pamoja. Ni garlic. Ni gilad garlic. And there's so edu earth and coded key. Trade National. The Tribe Hotel. Yes. Kirenyaga. Tiamat. Traditional National is a tribe. Hani Chaoloa. Wafula. Born during the rain season. 11. Gemini. Shout out to Waringa. Shout out to all my beautiful witches. And follow each other. Saiyo nilikuwa nimeenda kupimu, munge follow each other. Follow Waringa. Follow Grow Center. Follow my moderator. Everyone, follow each other. Msikue watu wa maroho hapa. My page is all about growing. If you come to my page with weak energy, you'll be eradicated. Okay? Okay? Follow each other. Follow each other. You come to my page, we are here to grow. What a mess. The tree from the roots is one body, same energy, same unconscious. That is deep. The mothership, aka placenta, 300 years, governmental. Let's see. The names, Juma Friday. Number of infinity. Aisha, third wife of Muhammad. The house, Nyomba, 181. Hey. I'm glad the teaching are from a man. Todo Mahapopa movement is deep. Shout out to Nyambura. Yeah, and sometimes mi naingianga hizi live nashindwa kuongea. Naingianga hizi live, I'm like, man, sasa now where do I start now? Ndio umenipandisha hapa niongea. I don't know. Nikianza kuongea, I know I have many enemies. My Pluto is in Libra. So I know I have open and hidden enemies. I have backstabbers, everyone. From my family to everybody fucks me up because of my Pluto in Libra. So kuna spaces zingine naingianga hivi, I'm like, sasa hapa nikiongea, I even have more enemies. Wacha tu nisiongee. Okay? Let me see. No more questions. So kama hakuna any more questions, tuganele siya thayo. Each one teach one. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Your content. Why are you triggered? I don't know who is triggered. Someone is triggered. I don't know who is triggered. Who is this? Your content. Twalilia nini kiukia atiriri we owe vaya oge. You umechukua ni enough. I've been live now is 12. I've been live from 9:30 to 12. Hata sijui kama kuna mwalimu anaweza ongea better than me. I am the greatest orator on this land. You can take that to the bank. No one can beat me when it comes to teaching or speaking non-stop. And no one can tell me I'm less, because I don't need anyone to tell me. Tell us about the witchcraft behind the art of Superman on your t-shirt. Hiyo ni symbolism. Wewe ongeanga ikutoke watu kama mimi will get you and love you on more. Kuna story ulisahau, you never you and your son and a man came. Uliachia hapo. Hiyo story niliachia hapo. Let it rest. Let that story rest. So this is what that man did. Chani malizie na hiyo kidogo. Though tumeingia cancer. But I'll not bring... so the man alikuwa anaitishwa 780 shillings na mtoto wake aende trip. So instead of this man atume pesa, alitisha nyama. Mtu anapenda kukula sana. Alitisha 3/4 peke yake. I took note because I was drinking tea. Supu. Msichana alitishwa nyama akasema akawe dauga 3/4. Hata alikuwa afikia kuna mtu mwingine anakuja. But looking at him I knew atamaliza 3/4. So anaongea na mtoto. Anamwambia trip dogo thie, unada gothi trip neke na mwana wao. Yani the way he was talking to his child bana, it was... So I had my sunglasses, not this one. I had these other ones. Let me enact the drama. Let me show you exactly how I reacted. Let's do some dramatization. So me, I'm having my soup. And I'm very careful because ukipiga soup ya supu, juni moto, my glasses, they cloud. Zinapata hiyo moshi. So nilikuwa nashika supu ikifika hapa na pull ndani. Na ile, ndio, nisipata hiyo time ya smoke, isi cloud my sunglasses because I didn't have ini ya kuwipe. So ilikuwa nachukua naeka chini kasupu. Nimetulia, I'm just alone. Most of the time I'm alone. Not usifikirie niko peke yangu. My mind is very firm. So but why also be surrounded by zombies and men like those now? I'd rather have some good pussy around me. At least we can build something, spiritually speaking. So me, so he's speaking to his child like garbage. Dogo the trip yo no igwa dogo the trip yo uragi the trip na mwana wao gine athie ke atugane bea sigana 78. So yeye anafikiria akishout ati ndio namtambua. Mimi namuangalia tu hivi. In my mind I'm like, you see, this is the reason Kikuyus we don't know how to build, we destroy. So when I destroy the confidence of his son, because this son, we never even tell him when he's in trouble because of his outbursts. So that was the story. Na niliona stapeana hiyo story tukianzia hapo tumalizie. Si ni sawa? Si tumemaliza? Ciao ciao. I love you all. Atereri. You have a beautiful Wednesday.